Hi guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is Arid Heights for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. Free of any financial limits, your challenge is to develop this desert park while keeping the guests happy. Your objective is to have at least 2,000 guests in the park. You must not let the park rating drop below 700 at any time. Well, this is a first then. We haven't encountered a scenario like this before where we haven't got to worry about money. So let's have a look then. If we haven't got money, how does that affect things then? So to begin with then, we've got train, monorail, we've got a lot of gentle rides, we've got a lot of roller coasters, a couple of thrill rides, water rides, but they're pretty much useless in a desert, but we can obviously build as much water as we want because it's free. Quite a few shops, and that'll be good, that'll keep guests happy, and all the food and drink will be free. Okay, so the research, because we haven't got any money, we can't select what we're going to research or how quickly we're going to research it. So that's going to be random. So from 1 month to the next, it's going to give us a random choice of thrill rides or scenery or roller coasters or whatever. Okay, I'm a bit unsure of the failure mode then, because it says not to let it drop below 700 at any time. It's currently below that, it's 501. So what I'm thinking of doing then is I'm going to run it on fast forward just to see what happens when the game then, I'm going to assume it gives you a few weeks or a month to be able to get the rating up, and then it counts. But I'm just going to run it on fast forward just to see what happens when it detects that the rating is below, and whether it's an instant fail or whether it gives you a warning or what. Okay, so the warning has popped up. Your park rating has dropped below 700. If you haven't raised the park rating in 4 weeks, your park will be closed down. So at least we know then there's no instant fail. It'll give us a chance to get the rating back up. So now I've got to work out how I'm going to approach this. I'm thinking this flat area here would be ideal to put a load of gentle rides or whatever flat rides we've got. Even if we have to double up or treble up, it doesn't matter. All we need to do is put them down and ensure that the guests are happy and riding on them, because once we've done that, that'll then give us a bit of time so that we can start filling the park with better rides. I've got absolutely tons of roller coasters saved that I've created whilst playing these scenarios. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do then is I'll just use this park as kind of like a sandbox and a showcase as well to show off what we've been building. There's no money, so that means all the guests coming in, they've got no money, so they don't pay to get in. They're not going to pay for any food or drink. They're not going to pay for rides. So really, there's no point in them going home. They might as well stay here forever. So I can only imagine that the guests will just keep rising steadily throughout, and that'll cause problems as well with overcrowding. But we can address that with a lot of pathing and just a lot of rides to soak up as many guests as we can. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to build a load of flat rides down here, and I'll see you in a bit. First thing I've done then is build a merry-go-round and some paths. I've put some shops down so the guests can get their freebies. That should raise the rating up. So what I'm going to do now is just continue building down. There's no excuse not to have enough staff on this level, so just put down as many handymen and mechanics as you want. Make sure you zone them, but what I'll do as well is I think I'll leave a few free range, just so that if there's any areas that the zoned workers don't reach often enough, they should sweep that up. To start with then, I've just placed a merry-go-round down and some shops so the guests can have their freebies and get the park rating up. I've then built this little seating area in front of the rides, and then what I've done is I've saved all that, and then I'm just spamming them down along here, and then what I'll do then is I'll delete the ride and then replace it with another ride of the same footprint. we're into May. I've just been on a bit of a flattening spree, just making everything flat just to make it easier to build coasters. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to build off this one here. I'm going to build straight up path, and on this side then I'm going to build a load of looped coasters. We got an absolute ton of designs, so we're going to put as many as we can up there. When I was flattening this section then, the seating areas that I made, the walls and the roof disappeared, so I've just replaced them. It is October year 1 and we're just about to welcome our 1000th guest into the park. So we're halfway there. Park ratings on maximum, there's no issues with that, so this should be quite an easy and straightforward scenario. We've got some flat rides along the back just to give the guests that are in the park something to do and to help boost the rating, and then all along the side then we've built looping coasters that we've got saved. So we've got 20 coasters in total so far. We're going to build a lot more. So number 1 to 6 the loops. 7 and 8 then we got Ra. Good excitement on these. Saturn coasters 8, 9 and 10. Spiral then coasters 11 and 12. We got Demos then coasters 13 and 14. Phobos coasters 15 and 16. Then we got Air coasters 17, 18, and then we got Snake Charmer then coasters 19 and 20. Very cheap to build, very quick to build. Always like to bring these out in parks that we do. But these seating areas here, what I did was I saved a merry-go-round right next to the path, and I built the seating area then. And then I saved the design for the merry-go-round with the seating area, and I just spammed them all the way along. And then once I'd finished that, I deleted all the merry-go-rounds, and then that left behind the seating areas. So it's very simple way of building a lot of these very quickly, and this will help prevent overcrowding, because it'll give the guests something to do, especially with these roller coasters. So it gives the guests somewhere to sit down, so if they come off and they're feeling a bit sick, they can have a sit down and make themselves feel better. So whilst I've been talking, we've just had another 70 guests come into the park, so we're going to do this quite quickly. There's not going to be any issues with this scenario. So for year 2 then, I think what I'm going to do is just, I might build all along the side here. Let's see what we've unlocked. I haven't been paying attention to what's been unlocked. Any thrill? No thrill rides. Some coasters and some gentle rides by the looks of it. So there's nothing that exciting has been unlocked. So I think what we'll do then is just start building maybe some of the bigger coasters that we've got. I've got a lot of Mobius coasters, so I think these would look pretty cool if I build them all the way down here. And then after that then, I think what I'll do is once we've completed the scenario, I'm just going to keep playing, see how much of the park we can fill. I'd like to keep some of the park empty, because I think this will be a good place to build coasters for future. So when we're in the middle of a scenario, if there's a nice space, we can sort of measure how many blocks that space is, and then we can load this one up, replicate the space, and then build a coaster to fit it, and then just transplant it in. So I'm going to carry on building then, and I'll see you later on in year 4, hopefully completing the scenario. It is July year 2, so just under 70 guests needed then. Shouldn't take too long for those to come in the park. I've built all these new seating areas, so what I did then was I got a merry-go-round, and then I saved 4 seating areas next to it, so that way then it was a lot quicker to build. So that way then I could just build a few of these, delete the merry-go-rounds, and then I've got all these seating areas very quickly. Haven't actually built the seats on them yet. I'll do that as soon as I complete the scenario, which won't take long. So we've got these Mobius coasters. This one, having a bit of problems with this one. When I first built it, excitement was 8, and then when I put it into the park, then it was 4. So what I was doing was I was just toggling the speed up and down just to put it back into test, and then it would come back as 8, but for some reason it's not doing that now, so I might have to just ditch this one. I know a lot of people don't like the steep chain lift, but it's just an easy way of getting a coaster in a smaller footprint. Good excitement with these. All 8s. Apart from this first one, I've got a few more designs, so I might end up just getting rid of this one and replacing it with something else. Only 15 guests now needed. Only 100 people saying it's too crowded, so that's pretty good. And we're about to go 2,000. And we've completed it with a company value of 572,000. Ooh! Brilliant. So an easy scenario then. I think this one is like perhaps it's like a reward. You've done all the scenarios up till now, so here's a nice easy one to use as a sandbox. Go nuts, have fun. So yeah, it's not a bad one. It's not in any way challenging. But I think what I'll do now is I'll continue to build, and then afterwards then we can come back and we can see what we've done, because I got tons of coasters that I've built that I'd like to show off. So I'm going to go away and build, and I'll see you later. Welcome to the future! Poverty and hunger have been eliminated and people now live in theme parks. Anyone found guilty of committing a crime is forced to clean up puke. And for the select few who are talented enough to be able to fix rides, they are the new rock stars. Okay, so I've been playing for a few years. I fast forwarded it a bit whilst testing rides. I've replaced all the wooden Mobius coasters that we had, and I've been playing about with different roller coasters, and they're all Mobius, the ones I've built, so they're all one complete track with 2 stations. Let's have a look then and see what we got. Let's start with this pink one. So this is a stand-up twister. Good excitement on that. It's very, very simple design. What have we got then? This one here. So what's that? It's a compact inverted coaster. It's not very compact. It's quite big. Got excitement on that. There's a brake just at the top of the inside track in order to hold it back slightly. It seems to vary. It seems to, depending, one minute it goes a bit quicker and another minute it goes a bit slower. So it's, I don't know, it's not exact. And then this one then, inspired by real world coasters like Top Thrill Dragster, that sort of thing. It's another twister, but it's got the launched. There's a bit of a glitch with the graphics where you've got the boosters there. It's a good one, and I think I did look earlier, and I think that's the second one is almost a favourite though. Good excitement on that. I'm sure we'll earn a ton of money when we put that into a park where you can charge for the ride. And then what I did then was a Mobius splash boats. I didn't synchronize it very well. It's 31 boats. What I should have done is I should have changed that to 30 boats, and then in the settings untick synchronize until 15 boats have gone out, and then put the tick back into synchronize so that there would be 15 boats waiting on the right hand side, and then when the 15 boats that are left the station come back round, I could have started it back up then, but I didn't. So, but that's one to remember for the future. And then a dinghy slide. It's not very practical, this one. It's good scores, but it's not very practical because there's only 8 boats, so 8 times 2, so we've got 16 people maximum on the ride at any one time, which isn't very good. So it's quite a high queue time on that. And then I was just playing about with this water coaster. Good excitement on that. Again, there's only a few boats on there, so it's not really practical. I've had to uncheck. I think I've unchecked. No, I've got it, but it's not very. It's just just playing about, seeing what we can do. And then this one, I like this one, stand up twister coaster. So we've got a cobra roll going around the station, and I like the way it synchronizes there. Good excitement, very high intensity, but it's under 10, so the guests will still go on it. One thing that was that I noticed when I built this one, I forgot to put a handyman down, so there was an absolute ton of puke, but I didn't realise until the warning came back up. So even though we've completed the scenario, the park rating dropped below 700. So then it gave me the warning to say that the park would be closed down if I don't raise the rating. So that's something to remember, that you can carry on playing this for as long as you want, but if the rating does drop below 700, it will still fail you. I mean, it's not going to overturn the pass of the scenario, but I don't know if it will close the park down so you can't play it anymore. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. What else have we got on this this twister here? It's a bit of a monster. It's broken down. Let's see if we can. He's fixing it. So this one then, this was the guest's favourite. There you go. No, it's the stand up. So this is almost the favourite. Just wait for it to go off, and then we'll see any moment now. Okay, and we're off. So there's a launch up there. It was going a bit too fast. There was some high lateral G, so I've taken the launch away. We'll zoom in a bit once it. So I like that bit. So let's have a look then. Here's the launched lift hill. So it was going a bit too fast around the rest of it, so I've just taken the launched away from these bits here. So there's a couple of bits I like. So I like that bit there where they're going for those what they cobra rolls, I think, and then that bit there where it goes through the loop where the other one's going round it. So it's high excitement on that. Guests are loving it. So what was the favourite then? The favourite was the splash boats. This one. So the guests absolutely loving this one. What I've got, we'll watch this now. I've got, as it comes down and then it goes up. So it's coming down 3, then going back up 2. We're still carrying some good speed. So down 3, up 2. Down 3, up 2. Down 3, up 2. So really it's only dropping after that. So it comes down 3, up 2. So it's only really dropping 1 level. So you're able to do a lot more drops. So in total then there's 19 drops on there, which is pretty cool. So that was Arid Heights then. We've apart from that one blip where all the puke was on the path, we haven't really had any issues with the park rating. And there's not really that many guests complaining about overcrowding, considering we've got almost 5,500 guests in the park. There's only 100 complaining that it's too crowded, because we've got a lot of good paths. We've got the 4x4 pathing system, so there's a lot of places for them to walk. We've got all these seating areas, so there's a lot of places for them to have a sit down, and obviously we've got a lot of rides with some long queues to soak up the guests. Let's have a look at the longest queue length then. 177 on the stand-up. Let's have a look at that. Where's that? That's that one. What's the queue time? 6 minutes. That's pretty good. Cool. I like that. And there we go. There we have Arid Heights. So I think I'm going to use this park in order to, as a sandbox, in order to play about, build new roller coasters, and then chuck them into whatever park we're working on. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.